Right, okay, can you hear me now? I'll get the chat on. Yeah. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's fabulous. Well done. Right, so here we go. So we're doing advanced magic. I'm going to do the slideshow. It's really cold here, so I'm upstairs. I've got my feet under the cover. It's been freezing. So how many witches have we got in here at the moment? This isn't good because that means there's only 2 of us, which it's alright, I don't need that swag now. So the problem is we need to have everybody in because we're supposed to be setting the Coven rules. I'm going to do it, and they're going to have to catch on. We are going to set the rules, okay, for this group, for the Coven, okay, Coven. That's all I can say. So we're going to set the rules then. Cool. We're going to do it. Slideshow from the beginning. Let's go. So advanced magic, me, Rachel Gibson. So what is a Coven? It's a membership. It's fixed. Okay. You cannot have more than 30, no, more than 20. Ideally, you would have 13 in the membership. What we will conduct is rituals. We will open a circle. We will make rules. We have to stick by those rules. It's secret. Okay. So what I mean by that is that we're not allowed to tell any person what other members are in here, and we're not allowed to say let anybody know what spells we're doing and things like that. So it is a sort of like a little secret society of our own type of thing, but it's because it's ours. Okay. Each member practices on their own, and you have to be committed and respect each other. So what we're going to do is lay the foundation, the rules, okay, today. So I'm asking you what rules you think that we need in the, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to be typing it. What rules we need to keep this Coven safe. So what you'll be cast as today is priestess, okay? I'm a high priestess, I'm doing it for years. So I've set up a Coven. What you are, you're going to be doing your first degree. So that's from today. So today is the date, okay? So it's 6th of November 2017 will be a year and a day when we pass the first degree. So you go through the first degree. What happens is you'll get set like assignments, goals, things to do and stuff like that. And the other course, the Bewitched one, will enhance your abilities. But this is totally separate in respect to, this is where we're going to be doing all our Coven stuff. This is where, you know, we're going to be the bee's knees. They're actually also known as hives. Isn't it funny? Because, you know, in the military, they have the hive, interesting, beehive, mainly run by women. So I'm wondering if it's a witch who actually set that up. You never know. Okay, so the gospel to be adhered to. We most certainly do. So what I'm suggesting is the secrecy being obviously the first and foremost, okay? So if I get that down. People aren't here today. I mean, where's Nancy? And she's in the other room. I'm going to try and get her in. I think it's because she's got her interview. So secrecy, trust, guidelines to be adhered to. Secrecy, secrecy, trust, guidelines. It would be things like honesty, integrity. Please define in what words you would use. Regardless of duty, honesty and integrity, not to talk about other members with others. To never administer black magic. To commit to the Coven. To abide by the Wiccan Reed. I will read the Wiccan Reed, okay? Because I needed everybody to sign up to it, or else they're not in. They can't be in until they've signed up to it. I will put the rules into the group as well. I can understand if we've got commitments and stuff. Okay, and we have to touch the phone. What else? I really look at me just that quick. Here we go. Abide within the law, you must in perfect love and perfect trust. Live, you must and let to live fairly, take and fairly give. To tread the circle thrice about, to keep unwelcome spirits out. To bind the spell well every time, let the spell be said in rhyme. It's really important to rhyme, okay? Light of the eye and softer touch, speak you little, listen much, lots of listening, less talking. Honour the old ones, that's honouring our ancestors, in deed and name, so that's our gods and goddesses. Let love and light be our guide again. So that's reckoning love and light and not reckoning in darkness. Deal still go by the waxen moon, chanting out the joyful tune. Windows shine go when the moon doth wane, and the werewolf house by the dread wolf's fane. When the lady's moon is new, kiss the hand to her times two. When the moon rides at her peak, then your heart desires seek. Heed the north wind's mighty gale, block the door and trim the sail. When the wind blows from the east, expect the new and expect the feast. When the wind comes from the south, love will kiss you on the mouth. When the wind whispers from the west, your hearts will find peace and rest. 9 woods in the cauldron go burn them fat and burn them slow. Back from the fire goes to represent what the lady knows that's to do with the Oak in the forest towers with might, in the fire it brings the gods in sight. Grow in this tree of flower, causing life and magic to flower. Willows at the waterside stand ready to help us to the summer land. Hawthorn is burned purified to draw fiery to your eyes. Haze of the tree of wisdom and learning adds its strength to the bright fire burning. White are the flowers of apple tree that brings us fruits of fertility. Grapes grow upon the vine, giving us both joy and wine. Fair does mark the evergreen to respect and mortality seen. Elder is the lady's tree, burn it, and not will cursed you'll be. 4 times the major Sabbath's mark in the light and the dark. So Sabbath is like ruling days and stuff like that, like celebrations and stuff. So that's another one that needs to go down, that we meet on special occasions, such as the winter solstice, the summer solstice, and all of those days, like Samhain and stuff like that. As the Odia starts to wane anew, begins its hat now, Samhain, when the time of symbolic shows, watch the flowers through the snows. When the wheel begins to turn soon, the bells and files will burn, As the wheel turns to Lammas, night power, sport to magic, light to Lammas another. 4 times the miners, Sabbaths fall, use the sun to mark them all. When the wheel has turned to Yule light, so Yule light is Christmas time, okay? The log the horned ones rule. In the spring when night equals daytime, for Austria to come our way. When the sun has reached its height time, for oak and holy to fight. Harvesting comes to one and all when the autumn equinox does fall. Heed the flower bush and tree by the lady blessed you'll be. Where the rippling waters go cast a stone, the truth you'll know when you have unpaid own need. Hearken not to others' greed. The fool no season spent be counted as his friend. Merry meet and merry part, bring the cheeks, bright cheeks and warm the heart. Mind the threefold laws you should free. 3 times bad and 3 times good. When misfortune is in now, wear the star above your brow. So you might want to get one. I've got a Wiccan star. Oh, I'm a Wiccan star. Be true in love, this you must do, unless your love is false to you. These 8 words the reed fulfill, and ye harm none, do what ye will. And what that means is that you harm nobody, it's free will, okay? So like, for instance, I get people coming to me and they want to break a relationship up and things like this, okay? In our coven, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that type of magic. What I will always say to people is it's okay to want that love. It's okay to desire that love themselves. I put it out there. I'm not, I wouldn't not do the magic spell, but what I wouldn't do is I wouldn't add into my rhyme or into the magic that I'm going to break something and harm somebody else. What I would say is that's free will, and if it's meant to be, it will happen. So you still cast the spell, but you do it with love and harmony that it would be meant to be. So I'd say love is, I'd call in like the wind, and I always call the wind and the air for love spells, and I'd say something on the lines of, I'm calling upon the wind, calling upon the air for this love to, I know, for instance, for this love to be natural, but you have to make a rhyme about it. So I was trying to think of one. I'm going to try to think of one on the top of my head and normally write it down. Do a bit of poetry. For this love to be at last, let nature take its course. I don't know. I can't think of something like that. I have to be in my element. But what I'm trying to say is that you would make it so, and the word you would add in is harm none and free will. You have to add that in. So I've got a lady, for instance, she's come to me for a spell, and this secret thing here, okay. And she, well, she's having an affair with a man, and she wants them to split up, okay. So she asked me for a love spell. So I explained to her, I'm quite happy to do a love spell for you, sweetie. I said, but the problem is, it's free will. You can't take away his free will. I said, so I'm quite happy to cast the spell and happy to draw the love to you both. But I put it out to the universe and stuff like that. I said, but I won't be breaking up their relationship because, you can't be doing that. You can't seem to be doing those sort of things. So that's their wish. You still have to go by someone else's desire and affirmation. It's their affirmation. You can't stop someone for having their own right to free will themselves. So it would be like turning away their free will. So you have to listen to their free will as well. So when you cast it, you put it out to God and the goddesses, pull in the quarters and stuff like that. I get rose petals, and I get like a little bit of paper, get their name dates first on it and stuff like that. Then I'd get rose quartz crystals. I would then pour it into the cauldron, and I would say a spell, but I'd say harm to none and free will. If this love is meant to be, let it cherish, and thou'st it be, or something like that. That's how I would cast the spell. I wouldn't say, oh, I'm casting a spell to split them up. Now, I know there are witches that do. Black magic, they would, okay? I class that as black magic. It's dark. I call the angels and I heal the heart, because I think that's about loving thyself. And, but if that person really believes, and they really, really do believe that their love is meant to be and they're a twin flame, then that is their bag. That's up to them, isn't it? You can't stop that because they've come to you for a service. You can't just say, well, no, I'm not going to work for you because, like, at the end of the day, I don't believe you should be having an affair. Okay, so we can't judge. We shouldn't be judging people. That's the first and foremost thing. We shouldn't judge that situation. We should just put it out there what it is they want, but do it with care and courtesy to all of the people involved. Now, that person I did cast the spell for, she's come back and the bloke has found out about her. No, the wife has found out about this, right? And she contacted me. She went, Rachel, what's going on with the spell? So I said, okay, she's found your phone, right? And she knows about this affair. And I knew. 5 minutes late, because he hadn't contacted her, okay? So 5 minutes later, she said, Rachel, he's just contacted me. The wife has found his phone. I said, yeah, I know. I told you that. Oh, well, I want another spell, you know? And it's like, well, okay, that's your bag. But I'm not going to be wishing in my spell for this love to just, break away or anything like that. What I would be putting my intention to is that if it's meant to be, they will be together. So the words I chose in that particular spell was if they are meant to be. If it's meant to be. And that's because that's to do with the force of nature and to do with love and the power of love and the power of magic and stuff like that. Now, I can't say that they might be true lovers. I don't know, do I? It's not for me to judge. So what I'm saying is that you have to do it, but do it in a very cautious way, that you are putting the words in harm to none if it's meant to be. Now, I do know now that they are meeting up again, okay? And their relationship is evolving, but behind someone's back. I personally, inside, don't agree to that. For me, that's not right, okay? But it isn't about what I think. It is about what that person, affirmation, and intentions are. That is not my intention, so I have to make it very clear when I'm casting, this is not my intention. It's harm to none, free will to all. Let this take place if it's meant to be to all. That's what the words you would be using, but in a very, obviously, more scripted, more descriptive, and more nice way of doing it than, a nice rhyme and stuff like that. But please, be careful. If someone were to come and say, can you put a hex on somebody? Do one. Okay, I've had that. People have actually come to witches and even have asked people to kill somebody else. This is the thing that you'll come across, because they're coming to you because they're angry, they're in love, they want money, they want, okay? And it is about magic. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, this type of stuff exists. There's a nature force out there of love and light and hate and darkness. And to be a really good witch, we need to have balance, okay? So you have to also understand that there is darkness. And you don't hate darkness. What you try to do is draw the light from it. So if I know somebody's dark, it's not about hating that person and really dismissing that person and banishing them. What it's to do with is bringing them to the light so they can have balance in order to have an aligned life. We're all guilty of it. There's a war going on amongst us all, inside of us all. And it's about giving that balance, giving that to other people too. So we need to have a balance. So also not to hate is very important. So I will put that in. Not to judge. Please do add anything that you wish to have in there. Not to judge. No. To never minister dark magic. Not to judge. To put in spells, harm to none, free will to all. Help each other. Yeah, help each other. Help each other. I mean, it'd be much better once we've all got everybody in here, because eventually we all will. And that's another thing. It is about effort as well. I'm not going to just pass people in their first degree, second degree, and third degree if they haven't actually done their work, because it's going to take effort as well. Like for me, I've been doing it for years and years. I did spiritualism, psychic, mediumship, witchcraft. I used to go to a lady in a witch shop, and she used to teach me stuff. Some of her teachings I didn't particularly agree with. She's more solitary witch. But I had to go through lots of learning, lots of reading, done my diploma in magic and all of that. And, met druids, hung out with druids. You have to learn to cast spells. You have to learn to help each other. It's like a community. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. It's very beautiful. It's very divine. We have to meet up quite a lot. This is not going to be a quick win. I've passed the bounce magic course. It isn't like that. It's a lot of learning, lots of training. And the Bewitched, if you haven't bought it, which I think you will have anyway, is very important. That is more practical in terms of making besoms and making wands, going out, actually getting some herbs, learning how to mix the herbs, learning how to do the spells, learning how to do magic properly, learning about this hexes, removing the hexes. This will be all in advance because removing residual energy, working on your psychic ability because that's very important. Now, to become a high priestess, you have to have high psychic ability, a very high psychic ability because you're working with high level spirits. I work with Levita. She came up in the drawing, and actually when I was doing the spell, she came up into me. And another artist, spiritual artist, was able to draw the spirit. And I called her Levita. I thought that's Levita because she asked me her name. I researched, and yes, she's a goddess. So I work with her. I work with Levita. You'll find your own goddesses that you work with. They are very interesting characters. If you haven't met your witches, your goddess yet, it might be a good idea for you to go for maybe a nice little walk journey. See if you can find any of your goddesses around you. Now, normally a coven can have a priest sometimes. I haven't actually got a priest. I'm working on myself. This is very feminist. I guess this is a female coven, and I want to keep it like that. I don't need a priest. I believe that women have just as much power, and I find it quite hypocritical in some of the Wiccan to have a priest. It's women created sort of covens and stuff like that, and that's what it was all about years ago, to have the feminist ruling, because it's very important that the feminist rules in our society, the yin and yang, but to have the balance of the male and the female together. I sort of comprehend that, if they work together and it's less domineering, then that's fine. But for me, I think just being a priestess, high priestess, is enough and sufficient for my coven. Now, some people might choose to have a priest in their coven. That's entirely up to them. For me, it's not what I wish and not what I desire. And years ago, that's how it would be. A lot of the things, like when we were doing angelology and looking at the male and females also in hierarchy in the realms, I always find that quite contradictory. Okay, I do need to have a second degree witch, and so I will be training somebody to be that witch. I need somebody who's been doing this for over a year. I currently haven't got anybody that has got the skill set that I've got in order to do that, but I will be seeking that person. I am considering training D because he would make a good priest, so that would be cool. If maybe he could become my second degree and then up to his priesthood, that would be because he is extremely good at magic. Believe it or not, D is really into this. He's really, really good at it. And if I train him and get him up to that ability, I think, he's like a very good wizard, witch. But men call themselves witches as well. That's a misconception that witches are men. Witches are women and not men, because there are male witches and they are lovely, and there's some that are flipping good at it. There's one that was in the article not long ago, and he was talking about what I'm talking about, really, that people will expect nasty things from our work. We cannot do this. We must stick by the rules, okay? But every coven will be different. So there might be witches out there that do dark magic. There's a witch actually on Facebook. She does dark magic. She's not very nice. She, a lot of people don't like her. I can't remember her name. I don't want to mention it either. So far we've got secrecy, trust, guidelines to your duty, honesty, integrity, not to talk about other members, not to talk about other members with others, Okay. We do have to never administer dark magic to commit to the Coven. And what I mean is to apply yourself to the Coven, to abide by the Wiccan Rede, not to judge other people, to put in spells, harm to none, and free will to all, to help each other. Now, I know, for instance, like with Kelly, she's a high priestess in her spiritual stuff, so it's quite a difficult one. So I will respect Kelly as a high priestess spiritually, but physically, because of the way the rules are, we're not allowed to. But we can do spiritually, because I know that Kelly's very connected to this, and I'm very high up to this. So it's about getting everybody up to speed in relation to the spells and stuff like that. Learning also about all the different holidays, because we've got Yule coming soon. I've got winter solstice coming. That's a very important time. I'm doing a spell at the winter solstice. That's the big spell. People have already started to purchase that. That's very important, very significant time. You need to be doing that. So that's going to be a really good night. Really looking forward to that. But is there anything else you can think of? Because it needs to be done in agreement. It's a shame that others aren't here and they're talking in the chat area. Yeah, I think I know where Nazi's gone. Okay, if people don't want to be in the Coven, that's fine as well. You can actually just say you would have to sign an agreement that you are going to leave and that you're not going to say what happened in our Coven, okay? Because it is secret. It's a secret, and it has to be like that. Sacrifices, no sacrifices. I don't like anybody giving blood, okay? We just give water. It sounds really disgusting, but saliva is okay, because it's water fluid from your body. I wouldn't give own blood, okay? That's not good. So, sacrifices, red wine, anything like that to the god and goddesses is fine. So I would, I don't want anybody drawing blood, okay? Because I know what to do. Not to draw blood. So it's instead, isn't it? You can't find. Have you ever seen Robin Hood? With Kevin Costner? And there's that witch who's got an eyeball and everything. Oh gosh, she's really horrible. And she spits. She spits and she draws blood and all sorts of things. No saliva, yeah, she can. To water, that's fine because it's natural body fluid. You could argue that blood is, but I advise against it. Okay, we're not doing really, really dark magic. I always associate blood with dark. It's up to you. We do not serve Lucifer. Okay, we don't serve him. That is a must. Okay, we do not serve him. Because some people will. Pan is fine. Okay, Pan's lovely. He's nature. He's a naturalist. Also, you want to look into the tree of life and stuff like that. But I advise not to praise him. It's up to you what deity you pick. Maybe you feel drawn to the deity and that's how you're going to use your own work. Please do let me know what deity it is that you are going to be using in your work, or your goddess, or your god that you're going to choose. People do tend to choose their own deity. Like me, I've chosen Levita, and I have Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael. They're my chosen deities. I work with the angels in spell work. Now, a lot of people might say out there, well, that's contradictory, angels and the Bible and stuff like that. Well, actually, witchcraft isn't bad as long as it's administered right with anything in life. We are healers. That essentially is what we are. Witches are healers. We heal. We're there to love and to cherish and to bring hope and harmony to the world. It's about respecting the universe and placing things comfortably in tune with nature and respecting not just spirits that have passed. It's about also respecting nature spirits as well. So to be respectful to nature is very important, and to also respect your body and be cleansed and clean, and to try and not be nasty to your own self, and not nasty to your own bodies, to look after your well-being as well. So as a high priestess, I'm here to look after you. That's my role. I'm here to look after your well-being and oversee that you're okay. So if you've ever got problems, you can see me and I will discuss maybe ways forward. You know, I might advise herbal remedies and stuff like that of the witch. Um, Not to administer via oral, because once again, you know, you've got to be careful with certain regulations with herbal remedies. But I will be able to provide most probably a potion. There'll be something that I'll be able to advise you to go out and do. Okay, so it's very important that you do come to me and we resolve these things. So I think that's about it as far as the rules go. So I did mention the rituals and meeting on Sabbath and stuff like that, and I will, in time during the advanced course, give you the exact dates of when we'll be meeting. So there will be a calendar of dates that we're going to meet on. These are extremely important. Okay, I will try and get them done as soon as possible. So you can Google all of the dates and events that we do celebrate, the equinox and stuff like that. But I'll do that now. I'm going to just quickly get onto my phone. I will put this into the group. I'm going to do, first of all, I'm copy and pasting. I'm going to ask the group, I'm copying, now putting it into our spell, into our Coven, onto the Facebook page. Okay, so these are the rules. Please add before we finally set it. Okay, we will be finally setting it because I will be drawing them up. Okay, and then what I need is everyone to sign them. These are proper rules, and they need to be signed and everything like that. And then we get very serious, you know. It's not. So the thing is, you know, if somebody breaks these, then they will be removed from the Coven. I will talk to them, I will try and help them, enable them, find out exactly what's going on. But if people, okay, break the rules of the Coven, we will get together and we have to remove that person from the Coven. I will always try and talk to people, try my best to resolve issues, but if they're breaking the rules of the Coven, then they must go. Okay, and there is no mucking around with this. Not like the times where you know, sometimes I'm a bit soft maybe in mentoring. There's nothing soft about this. These rules have to be abided by, okay? Because else it's going to be very negative for us in our group. So what I've got here is a link. I'm going to put the link in for you. Wheel of the Year. We've had Hammer. We're going up to Yule. We then have Involok, Oscar, Belton, Midsummer, etc. Okay, I'm going to put the link in. These are going to be our holiday event. Look at event 2019. Wheel of the Year 2019. What we will be doing on these years is things like we'll be making stuff like amulets, we'll be making protection spells, we'll be feeling certain things going on, we'll be doing our rituals and everything like this, but we're not to talk of this to others, okay? Um, Well, actually, yes. Maybe one is ago. I think I'll put this in here. This is a good idea. People don't have to purchase it. Let's see, you can find some in the shop. Wiccan calendars for 2018. Okay. Do you find some Wiccan calendars 2018 and put in the shop? I'm just thinking that's a good idea. I've got a really good source here. That'd be good if you can get a calendar, have it in your house, and put it up. That's how I tend to do things. Also, for your Google, put your planetary hours up so you know about what your spell work is. Sometimes I do my spells out of the time, okay? So sometimes I do, say, a money spell and I'm not doing it in the money hour, or I do a love spell and it's not in Venus. That's okay, as long as you're really spiritually gifted. Like with myself, what I do is I use the spirits at that point if I'm not in the right timing. It's very important to be, okay? So this is my role, High Priestess. I'm responsible for your well-being, to maintain some spiritual harmony amongst us, to help you use your psychic powers. And what I'm trying to do is get you to become a second degree witch. So the first year you get your first degree, you get a certificate, okay? In the following year you will get your second degree, and then the third year as you go on, you become a high priestess and actually have your own coven as well. So you're now classed as coveners, okay? You we either have a priest or priestesses. So like I was saying, I'm going to most probably try and get Dee to be a priest. So he comes in as a priest. I'm going to try and get him to help me with the second degree stuff. There's 3 degrees of advancement, and it's a year and a day of studying. Okay, so today is the first year that you're commencing. So today is the 6th of November. Please record this date. I'll remember it anyway. Okay, I'll never forget it. It's the day that I lost my nan. It's the anniversary of her passing. I'm not going to forget that day. So this is the day that we start our coven, okay? The degrees. So here are the degrees and the training and what it entails. After a year of training, you'll get a certificate for first degree. Exactly a year and a day after you become a first degree witch, as long as you've done all the study requirements, learn your second degree. And providing I as the high priestess degree that you're ready, you will earn your third degree. And this is much more intense development, okay? There is no cost, no further cost for this. You will be doing the other course for Besom, and there is nothing else, okay? Because what I'm going to be teaching you throughout this advancement is how to become a real priestess, a real witch, okay? It's really exciting. And as we go on, we'll be doing our rituals, our meditations. It'd be really good if people meet up one day. That would be lovely. But you know, everybody has their own life and their own commitments. So, you know, and with the power of Facebook and social media and Zoom and all of this nowadays, we don't have to meet in person. So this is incredible. This is an online coven. There are others, lots of covens that are online nowadays. Lots of people do meet up. So that's it for now. If you do have any further questions, please do comment here. Give it 20. Terrible. The next course really is going to be fast. It's an introduction, very fast introduction into what Bewitched is going to be about. So, to be honest with you, there's no point in actually even conducting that class. I can do it now. What I could do is just switch over, because there is everybody that's in that is in here, as far as I know. No, they're not. Wait a minute, there's another to be added. That makes it more complicated, because it means, wait a minute, no, that doesn't make it complicated at all. Does it? Because the thing with the Bewitched course, it's for everybody, okay? It's for those that are wanting just to be a solitary witch, or you know, just want to be a folk witch, whatever it is they want to be. It's more catered for a broader type of witch. This advanced is for those that are developing to be a proper advanced witch, okay, with a proper graduation of the first and the second and third degree. Now, The other course is more to do with making besoms, making wands, learning spells, more generic. It's like the first course was more about building up your training, learning about what witchcraft is, learning about what natural magic is, learning about the trees and the herbs and stuff like that. Okay, so then we've gone into advanced. Now, advanced is a lot more developed, very more intense than the previous course. The other course is more of a practical course where it will entail people going out and purchasing things before we commence the first making of a broom. So why I'm saying it's quite difficult to commence the next introductory is for that reason. It does take skill, materials that I need to be bought and stuff like that. I have done the presentation for it. So what I'm thinking is, do I just put the presentation in there so that you've got the list of all the things to do, or do I just commence it? I think I will. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to give myself 10 minutes to 15 minutes and I will come back to you, okay? And because, you know, this should have finished later, 12:01, no, I'm half an hour over. But if I use that other half an hour up just to briefly describe the materials we use, yeah, we're on time, on target. So I'm going to get out of here, I'm going to do that one, and then we're sorted, okay? Is there any questions that anybody does have? We've got, oh, so we've got 1, 2, 3 witches in here now, plus myself at 4. So already we've got 4 people, so the Coven's going to get stronger. We'll have 7 in the Coven to begin with. Ideally, I want 13, so I will be trying to get people into the advanced course. But they're just finishing their first round. Once they finish their first round, they'll be coming in for the second round into here. But it's silly, really, because some of them have bought the other course and not the Coven. Please.com. At that bit, because I need really, if they want to develop, they have to be in here. But some people aren't going to like be part of the group. So just you can practice on your own, okay? You don't have to just practice in the Coven, but it's a safe place. It's better. I think it's better to have that niche where people can talk and share experiences and share what work we're going to be doing together. So this is secret. This will go secret on YouTube. This is not to be shared. No one can share this out. No one can break the rules. So anybody got any questions, please do let me know. Just gonna wait on for you, and then I'm gonna get the other one up and running. You have all my, so Kelly's got all your order stuff plus your cloak and broom. Fantastic. If you're ready. When we do the next course, the Bewitched one, what we're going to be learning to do is literally making those things. Making wands, making brooms, more practical, lots of trying to do handcrafted stuff and things like that, because it's important to learn also practicality, especially when we're witches, because that's what witches do. We're very practical people as well as knowledgeable people. Okay, we're ready then. Looks like us lot are ready, but everybody else isn't, so they're going to have to do a bit of catch up with us. We'll quickly set up the other group now, and we'll be with you fairly shortly. Thank you for joining me. You'll see me again in a minute. Take care for now. Bye-bye.